I have here a new game from Fantasy Flight Games, really themed along one of their older games called Eldritch Horror. And it's kind of themed on the Arkham horror games that they've taken over in the most recent versions of Arkham Horror. See, it's got the multi-tentacled Cthulhu creature on the cover there. And where Arkham Horror kind of takes place just in the town of Arkham, this takes place more as a worldwide adventure, battling the great old ones and their servants. So we'll open it up and take a look at the components that come in here. Typical linen style box from Fantasy Flight. It's not quite as thick. It doesn't seem as bulk as their games, but it may be a little bit bigger of a square board game. So we have their catalog. Kind of has more of their new releases, probably a few older things in there. Has their sleeves and tokens. You have a rule book, and it kind of gives you a layout of the components. Warmer light there. So you get a layout of all the different components you're going to get. So you're going to have a game board and counter cards. Those are encounter cards are general, continent-based, expedition-based, research-based, special-based. You get the investigator sheets, the old one sheets, mythos cards, mystery cards, artifacts, assets, conditions, spells, gate tokens, reference cards, active expedition token, dice, doom tokens, omen tokens, rumor tokens, mystery tokens, clue tokens, eldritch tokens, improvement tokens, so to bump your skills, monster tokens, the lead investigator tokens, and travel tokens. Looks like train and ship theme, and a bunch of insanity and health tokens. You get an explanation of setup there, a visual representation of the setup. It also continues on this page on how to set it up. The object of the game and different phases of the game. You have an action, encounter, and mythos phase. It goes into each one of those. A couple of pages each. What you have to do to win the game. And then additional rules, how tests work, how encounters work. Goes into more of that stuff, how combat and everything else falls out. So it's a 16-page rulebook altogether. Looks like we have a quick reference guide also. You're going to get a glossary, FAQ, breakdown of abilities, optional rules, index, and a quick reference. So this is basically just something to go to if you need a definition on something, or maybe have a question on the rule. And then you have the actual quick reference, which takes you quickly through the phase of the game. If you do like to sleeve the cards and you like Fantasy Flight sleeves, it takes 4 packs of green and 3 packs of yellow. We have token sheets, and it looks like it's going to be 3 token sheets altogether. So you can see you have your skill improvement tokens, and they're color coded to go with each one of the different skills. Travel, tokens, clue tokens, a doom token. You see the health and sanity tokens. The lead investigator token, which I'm guessing is like a first player token. Some rumor tokens, which are the blue ones. Some mystery token, that's just one green one. You have the character representations. And double-sided on the back. Let's see. Oh, crap, I punched one out. On the back of the clue tokens, you have different numbers and locations there. You can see you have like Antarctica, Istanbul, Sydney, and then the other ones have numbers on them. But all the rest of the stuff is the same front to back. It's like this page is going to be mostly monster tokens. You have an active exhibition token, an omen token. It's kind of like a hollow ring. Some more travel tokens and health and sanity. And then we have a bunch of monsters here. See, I get a bunch of those. You have some Eldritch tokens, which are little tentacles. A lot of health and sanity on this. This is where most of the health and sanity is going to come from. And we have the gate tokens. You're going to have the game board itself. I'll open that in just a minute. 2 packs of big cards. 1 pack of investigator sheets. Some dice in the stands to put the characters' tokens on. 1 pack of mini cards. And that is everything that comes in the box. We'll open up the investigator cards here. So you have your old ones that are going to come in the set, and we have Azathoth, Yog-Sothoth, Shub-Niggurath, and Cthulhu, your great old ones. And then we have some investigators here. You can see they got their stats. Almost look like stamps. Reminds me of the style of art, almost like a stamp on a passport. And then on the back you have their story. Kind of an obscured picture and some of the in case of, it's got a little story here for in case of crippling death or injury, and then another one in case of other psychosis. Looks like it's still laid out like a passport, but you get a story. It's got some items that she comes with, it looks like, in her starting space. So this is Akachi Onyele. We have Charlie Kane, Diana Stanley, Jacqueline Fine, Jim Culver, Leo Anderson, Lily Chin, Lola Hayes, Mark Harrigan, Norman Withers, Silas Marsh, and Trish Scarborough. Take a look at some of the mini cards you get here first. Looks like so we have, these are artifact cards, and they have kind of a sit back and they have to them, and they're things like lightning gun, Sword of Saint Jerome, Cult the Ghoul, the Vermis Mysterious, Necronomicon, Tutuka Halat, Flute of the Outer Gods, Gate Box, Glass of Mortland, Grotesque Statue, Migo Brain Case, Pallid Mask, Ruby of Relay, and the Silver Key. Some of those I recognize as things out of the mythos and from the other games. Let's see. We have asset cards, which look like they're going to be items and allies here, so you get a bunch of those. Just various items. You see the backing for that. Let's see, you have some reference cards. Looks like they tell you for the number of players how many clues, spawn clues, monster surges, and spawn gates need to come out during the game. We have mythos cards. Oh, this is spell cards. So you get a bunch of the spell cards. Some nice artwork on there. I don't know if it's getting. So some multiples of each one. 2 to 3 of each one. Looks like mostly 2. And then these look like condition cards here, and they're double-sided. So it's got like a little story here on something that can happen on one side, and then on the back side it's got the condition that's applied. So you have like a debt, or a dark pact, detained, back injury, internal injury, paranoia, hallucination, amnesia, cursed, blessed. So those are all the small cards you get. And I have the big cards. And we have some encounter cards, and this is like the encounter decks in Arkham Horror. Yeah, been playing too much Batman. I'm thinking Arkham City, Arkham Origins. This is Cthulhu, not Batman. So these are different. These are 18 expedition cards, but this can't be all of them. But that's what an expedition card looks back, and that's part of the encounter card. So I guess when you go on an expedition, you draw from that deck. These are, you have some black borders that are general encounters, and you can see they have kind of a passport theme to them still with the stamps. But you can see they're different. They break down into different city, wilderness, or sea encounter. These were a little different. I'm not sure what the color coding on the expeditions were going to do. But the black borders were general. The green borders are going to be for the Americas. The orange borders will be for Europe. The purple borders will be for Asia and Australia. So the rest of that's mythos cards. Open up the other pack of big cards here. Just trying to sort them in my hand real quick. These are some more of the encounter cards, and these are 12 special encounter cards. They have this kind of tentacled background to them. These, yes. I'm wondering, some of them have Cthulhu at the top. Some of them don't. That's odd. It doesn't differentiate them in the. I'll put those to the side. These are the research cards here in the encounter deck, and they have the kind of Cthulhu in the background with the thing, and then they have some others that have some different artwork. I'm not sure if the different old ones you face, they come out for those, because it looks like there's 4 different artworks for that. And then you have some more of those expedition cards, it looks like. And they seem to have a different artwork on them also. I haven't read through the rules, so I don't know how they split up. These have artwork on them, and they look to be... I'm trying to see what cards they say they are, but... Okay, they're supposed to be like that. The special cards, they say there's 2 backs and 6 of each, so you have 6 with Cthulhu and 6 with the other old one. I don't know anybody's picture. The research cards, there's 4 different backs and 8 of each, so it's Cthulhu, 4 Cthulhu, and then 4 of each of the other. 8 of each. 1 for each old one that's in the set, it looks like. And then you have these. They're mystery cards, and they have 4 different backgrounds to them. So you see you got 4 Cthulhu, and then 4 of each of the other old ones that are in the game, I believe. Let me look at the, yeah, the artwork matches the old ones cards, so 1 for each of the old ones. So those are kind of special cards there. They're the mystery cards, and then these 2 are encounter decks, but one of them's a research encounter deck and one of them's a special encounter deck. But they have different artwork for the old one, so I'm not sure if they're only used for the actual old one that's playing in the game. And then the last 2 decks of cards you're going to have is a mythos deck and an otherworld encounter deck. And you see the otherworld encounter deck has the kind of spiral door there. And again, you have some different color breakdowns. I'm not sure what they amount to, but you see it's got the locations on the back, and then the different encounter text. And the mythos cards are going to be the last one. It says you get 21 yellow, 18 green, and 12 blue, but the backs on them are all going to be the same. But you turn them over, and I'm guessing these are yellow, and then these are green, and then you have blue. But you can see they have events that take place. And that's everything that you're going to get in Eldritch Horror, the Cthulhu-themed board game from Fantasy Flight Games. I didn't forget to show the game board. That was really just a clever tease to see if you were paying attention. So, looks like it's going to be a 6-fold board. Of course, I'll get it upside down. So it's laid out like a map. Let's see, you have 6 panels. Looks like you have a place on there to play cards, a legend, locations of San Francisco, Arkham, the Amazon, Buenos Aires, Antarctica, Sydney, the Heart of Africa, Pyramids, Rome, London, Istanbul, Tunguska, the Himalayas, Shanghai and Tokyo, And it looks like you have some destinations there in between, with cities and sea and wilderness icons scattered throughout. Looks like you maybe have a doom track at the top, and then a little omen tracker up there. So that wraps up everything that comes in the Eldritch Horror board game by Fantasy Flight Games.